shirt on here. I'm sitting in the middle of you guys here, so I know I'm on here. Today is Monday, October 17th, 2022. This is a notice is hereby given that a public hearing pursuant to Section 859A of the New York General Municipal Law will be held by the County of Oswego Industrial Development Agency on the 17th day of October 22 at 10 a.m. It is now 10:05 a.m. at the Town of Richland offices located in the H. Douglas Barclay Courthouse, 1 Bridge Street, Pulaski, New York, in connection with the following matter. Felix Schoeller, North America, a New York corporation, submitted an application to the agency on or about September 16th, as amended, a copy of which is on file at the office of the agency, requesting the agency consider undertaking a project consisting of the acquisition or continuation of a leasehold interest in all or a portion of approximately 186 acres of improved real property located at 179 County Route 2A in the town of Richland, New York, Oswego County. And the renovation and reconstruction of existing buildings totaling approximately 586,000 square feet located on the land for the expanded use as an office, manufacturing, and distribution facility for production of digital imaging products and other specialty grades of paper, and the acquisition and installation in the facility of various machinery, equipment, furnishings, and other tangible personal property. The land, facility, and equipment are hereinafter collectively referred to as the project facility. The granting of certain financial assistance in the form of exemptions from real property taxes, real estate transfer taxes, mortgage recording tax, except as limited by Section 874 of the Act, and state and local sales and use tax, collectively the financial assistance. The appointment of the company and or its designee as an agency or as an agent of the agency in connection with the acquisition, reconstruction, renovation, and equipping of the project facility. And D, the lease of the land and the facility by the company to the agency pursuant to a lease agreement, the acquisition of an interest in the equipment pursuant to a bill of sale, and the sublease of the project facility back to the company pursuant to a sublease agreement. So to be known is the company will be the owner and operator of the project facility. The agency has not made a decision with respect to the undertaking of the project or the granting of financial assistance. There will be an IDA meeting tomorrow, October 18th at 10 a.m. at 44 West Bridge Street. There is also the ability to attend via phone and to listen or to watch via YouTube. And the agency will, at the above stated time and place, hear all persons with view in favor of or opposed to the project and or the financial assistance. A copy of the application, including a cost-benefit analysis, is available at the office of the agency for review by interested persons. This notice was sent on October 3rd of 2022. So at this point, I would like to open it to Matt Sorrell, who is here representing Felix Schoeller, to give an overview of the project.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you. What I have is maybe a bit of a kind of a visual image of what this is going to look like. We kind of opened before we started the meeting talking about some of the other investments and just this maybe broader trend of seeing manufacturing coming back on shores and seeing just this trend from COVID, how difficult supply chains have become, and everybody has heard that for the past 3 years. We're no exception. We benefited in some aspects during COVID by producing products that helped with floor markings for social distancing, for foam that was going into masks for the N95 type masks. And we made all of those products in Germany, shipping them to the US where they were needed and warehousing and distributing them. Through that, although we had an idea beforehand, we really grew in need for local manufacturing and to build again the skilled personnel and facilities that we had prior to reducing the size of the Pulaski facility in the early 2000s. So what we have on our project here is to build a silicone coater, which takes products that are first manufactured in Germany, brings them in, adds value to them through skilled jobs and high-tech manufacturing, and then distribute them to the U.S. This represents a chance for us to grow sales, in addition to bring new jobs and new technology to the site that we have in Pulaski. The scope of the investment we have at this point is about $22.5 million. This is mainly utilizing a hall that is underutilized at this point, refurbishing the hall, getting it ready for this piece of machinery, and then with some limited improvements to the land outside of the facility. I think in the 3/4 of an acre thereabouts, maybe a little bit larger for some of the chemical storage tanks. So for us, the product is not one that ever sells to a consumer, but everybody kind of interacts with them. We use the example of a Band-Aid when you kind of peel this off and throw it away. Put that very fine layer of silicone on it so that it can get where it needs to go. Other applications might be on trucks. We see graphics, getting that product there. Anything that needs to stick to something, you need silicone to get it there and not stick to it in the first place. So we're very excited about this opportunity to expand the facility. I'm grateful for the chance to present it for consideration here today.
Okay, thank you, Matt. And before we open it up to comments, I would like to go over the cost-benefit analysis of the project in terms of the project costs, the job impact, and then the incentives that are associated with that. So, thank you, Matt, for giving your overview. The project involves the installation of a new manufacturing line for the production of silicon-coated release paper and renovation of portions of an existing approximately 586,000 square foot building located on approximately 186 acre parcel at 179 County Route 2A in the town of Richland. Silicon-coated release paper is used in the production of tapes, graphics, medical supplies, and industrial products. The existing digital media paper converting operation and related employment at the factory will continue. The project is anticipated to create 30 new full-time jobs, generating $1.8 million in additional annual payroll. Approximately 23 of the newly created positions will be members of the United Steelworkers Union, local number 4-1066. And the current employment at the facility is 145. So total employment at the end of the project will be approximately 175. The project cost, the equipment is approximately $20 million. The site work is $2.5 million. Renovations of $750,000. Engineering costs of $600,000. And furniture and fixtures of $200,000 for a total of $24,050,000. The financing or the financial assistance request is a deviation of our uniform tax exempt policy of 20 years. This is a manufacturing project. 20 years is typical for a pilot for a manufacturer. And they are requesting the 20-year pilot agreement. They're requesting a sales tax exemption of $320,000 on fees that are associated with fees that would typically be eligible for sales tax in New York State and Oswego County. And they're not asking for a mortgage tax exemption at this time. So, as I said before, the impact from the project will create 30 full-time jobs with an annual payroll of $1.8 million. It's an expansion of advanced manufacturing in a rural community. It will support over $20 million in foreign direct investment. It will also create 15 construction jobs during the construction period. And the average annual pilot payment over the 20 years will be $138,978. Okay, at this point, I would like to open the meeting for any comments or questions for myself or for Matt.
I have one question.
Sure, can you state your name for...
Current Durden, Richland Town Supervisor.
Okay.
I know it said pilot would have a 20-year term.
Yes.
Unless it's changed. Isn't there a 14-year limit and you can go above that with approval of the town, for instance?
Not to my knowledge. The uniform tax exempt policy for the manufacturers is in Oswego County is typically 20 years. And for this project, the IDA is considering 20 years for their pilot agreement. I'm not aware of the 14-year limit.
Other IDA things that I was involved in the past,
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was a New York State guideline on 14 years. You go above it, if you pass over the blocks, pollution wise,
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's no longer there, but I thought it was there in the past.
It may be for solar projects. I know there was a solar one.
Well,
that may
it's a
have been
solar
it.
project we were talking
Yeah,
about.
that may not be the case for manufacturing, but I'm not aware of that for sure, so that's something that can be looked into and considered.
Okay.
And we'll have that, that is on the recording, that'll be something that is considered.
Okay.
Is that, any other questions?
I just want to say, I'm not saying I'm against the 20 years, I'm just
Mhm.
asking a question
Okay.
on that. And I'm just speaking for me, not the whole town board.
Okay.
So it was just a question that I had from the past, and it could be related to just strictly solar, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Went through those projects.
Yes.
I would like to say that I've been on the town board for 27 years, and I was part of the town board committee that met with Lee Schoeller when the town of Richland acquired the well field that Lee Schoeller used to own. And that's been a great success for the township of Richland, helping up towns that are near us, like Orwell and Sandy Creek, that did not have good way of getting good water. So we have got agreements with them. We sell water to them that they didn't have available in their township. So Schoellers, when they worked with us and agreed to sell that well field to us, probably didn't know way back then, it was a long time ago, but it turned out to be a good success story all the way around. So Schoeller has been a big benefit for the township of Ridgeland since you start to open the doors.
Good. Excellent. Any other questions or comments, either for or against the project?
No, I'm Herb Yurden. I'm the county legislator for the town, for 4 townships. And Lee Schoeller is in my district. No, I'm glad to see it. It's because it's been sitting there. It's been running, but it's been kind of idle. And I'm glad to see it start to regenerate, new jobs and new faces, new ideas. It's great for our community.
Yeah. Appreciate that feedback. I could offer some comments about where we see kind of the future direction going at this point. So maybe for those who are from the area, kind of know the business that's been there. Schoeller started in 1895 as a photo manufacturing company, making paper for different types of photography. It's kind of evolved over the years. So when we're talking about a silicone coater here today and release liner, although it's still a paper product, it's very different from where we were. And this is one of the business units that's grown up and kind of differentiated away from those historical products we've had. So it's an area that's growing. It's used in all kinds of end consumer products today, or business-to-business products as well. As you read in your overview there, we have 4 main market segments we go into, but it's just hundreds of different products that get produced. So it's an area that's growing, which is very different from the photo world, unfortunately. But we do see long-term, with this as the first major step, continuing to invest and continue to grow the site based on a market that we've had success in, that we've grown a lot in. We started the business primarily in Germany. We've done warehousing and converting for this product line here in Pulaski, but putting a silicone coater in, again, as you outlined, Austin, the R&D, the engineering, all of these facilities that come back online with this type of manufacturing here gives us a base to build additional production lines in the future and take more of those production steps that today kind of centralized in our home sites in Germany and bring them back to Pulaski and build it here. Again, coming out of COVID, just seeing the need to produce products near to where they're going to end up. Still have to be at quite a large scale. This image I have here, maybe you can't see on the camera, but 70 yards long. It's about the size that this line is going to be, taking up a very large hall that we have and then the supporting equipment that goes behind it. It's very exciting, and it's a great foundation for us to continue to invest and grow on the site in the future.
Well said.
Well said.
All right. If there's no other comments at this time, we can end the public hearing. It is 10:20. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming and being a part of this.
Thank you both for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we live